Mr. England, go ahead and state your name for the camera, where you went to undergrad, and 25 years ago, what were you doing?
Oh, my name is David England. Went to undergrad at the University of Arkansas. And 25 years ago, I was an assistant trainer here at the University of Arkansas.
What's current occupation?
Current occupation is head trainer at the University of Arkansas in my 28th season.
How many people were at the original meeting, and of those people, how many can you name?
Well, there was about 10 people at our first meeting. There's some dispute now between us whether it was 10 or 11, but I remember 10, and being secretary, 10 is what I've got on the list. So there was 10 athletic trainers that met in Little Rock 25 years ago, and we wanted to just form an association of athletic trainers in the state.
All right, so you mentioned that the first meeting was at Little Rock. Did you guys have dues then?
No, because there was an association that had dues, really, because we were just sitting there, forming, talking about whether we wanted to form a state association or not, and talking about different issues that the athletic trainers face in the state, and so that it was at that meeting that we formed this association, and later on we came up with the dues, and we decided to write a constitution and bylaws, and that first meeting, of course, there was no dues or registration costs.
All right, over the past 25 years, can you describe the evolution of then versus now in your own words?
Well, I think there's a whole lot of evolution, because the fact was that there were so few of us in the state at that time. There was only a few schools that was covered by an athletic trainer. The University of Arkansas here had 3 full-time trainers at that time, 2 in the men's department, 1 in the women's department, and so and then there was only a handful of trainers, Ron Carroll at Arkansas State, and then a handful of trainers that was even in the state. So it was a really new profession for the state of Arkansas at that time.
Moving forward, do you have any advice or encouragement?
Oh, I mean, I think that the encouragement's out there right now in what we're seeing being done in the legislative efforts, and just seeing that a lot of our high school athletes are cared for by an athletic trainer now, where before that was non-existent.
In what direction would you like to see the field of athletic training go and grow?
Well, I think that the biggest need is in the schools, in the high schools and in the state, that we've made a lot of inroads on, and in that first meeting, I think our 2 main goals at that time that we discussed, that we decided that really need to be addressed, that was getting licensure in the state of Arkansas, where athletic trainers were licensed, and then the need to. I know my ultimate goal and my biggest goal for the association was someday seeing that our high school athletes was covered as much as Texas at that time. We kind of used Texas as a model, as they were one of the first states to really have trainers in the high schools, and so we wanted to kind of model ourselves after them, and we have made great inroads in that over these 25 years, where at least a large percentage of our athletes are taken care of by an athletic trainer of some sort. But our goal is to get an athletic trainer hired by each school.
In these past 25 years, do you have one funny memory that sticks out?
Oh, no, I don't know if I got one that really sticks out or not. We all, the thing that I've really enjoyed about our association, and one of the great things about forming an association of athletic trainers, is the camaraderie that we have formed with each other over the years, and it's always fun, and it's always like Old Home Week whenever we have our annual meeting. Our annual meeting every year. Most time it's been in Little Rock or Conway, but we was able to move around the state some too over these years. But the best thing is just getting to see everybody. Sometimes that once a year is the only time we see them, and we've been able to discuss each other's problems and form great friendships, and so to me it's not really a funny moment, but we always get together and have a lot of laughs.
Great. Last question, Mr. Secretary. Do you remember the first or the topics discussed at the first meeting?
Well, as I said a while ago, I think the topics mainly was, did we want to form an association? Did we want, and then and we all kind of decided we did, and then, the two main things were gaining licensure and also trying to get our high school kids taken care of. And so I think those are the two main topics that we talked about.
Great.